Hey guys, remember when I said this? These guys behind me, Frontier, I have flown them when I was little, but I really want to do a video on them sometime this year. That's right, that's today's mission. We're going to be flying back to St. Louis from Las Vegas on Frontier today, on an Airbus 321 over there today. And I've flown on basically all of the big low-budget airlines here in the US. I've covered Southwest, I've covered Spirit, I've covered Allegiant, and the only one missing is Frontier. So let's get this started. When you check in for your Frontier flight, it asks you a lot of the same stuff it asks when you book. It's a low-budget airline, so it's going to want you to add extras. I then had to agree to some terms and conditions, and then I was ready to add the mobile boarding pass to my Apple Wallet. Doing a quick cut-in run to get some snacks for the flight. I remember them doing free snacks back in the day when I flew them. And they also had a backseat IFE, but I don't know if that's the same now. We're about to find out here in a bit. Board and see what they got. But yeah, in case there's no IFE, which there probably isn't, I'm downloading content to my phone so I can watch it like as we're en route. So that's all sorted out almost. And on my way to get some snacks to time me over for the 3-hour flight. About 10 minutes prior to boarding, I grabbed my very unhealthy goodies and holy, okay, wow, 16 bucks. Well, welcome to Vegas. Well, might as well make the most out of it, right? I saw the Alaska Airlines Salmon 30 Salmon livery, and they're planning on scrapping it, so definitely glad I got to see that one last time. I got to my gate E10 for immediate boarding until the 7-year-old Airbus A321 that would be taking me to St. Louis. November 705 Foxtrot Romeo was delivered brand new to Frontier in December of 2015. The boarding process seemed pretty unorganized to say the least. They only have 2 boarding lines, one for people who paid for the carry-on and one that didn't. They just pirate everyone at the same spot, and it just takes up room when it's crowded. We had a last-minute aircraft swap too from a 320neo to a 321, so that probably wasn't helping us. And then the gate agent had to explain all that to the passengers that were boarding, so that definitely was speeding it up anyway. The original aircraft that we were supposed to be on was actually parked right next to us when we boarded. I don't know why that took so long. So unorganized. I mean, it gets the job done, but you know, we're good. How are you doing? I'm okay, thank you. I made my way on seat 7F with a width of 18 and a pitch of 32. You have that type of low-budget airline tray table that's similar to a European license plate. You can pay extra for seats in the front with a little bit more legroom, but this was enough for me, so I didn't bother with those. I didn't think Frontier won any awards for size in the seat back pockets. I barely had enough to get my chips and soda in, along with the literature. The literature consists of a safety card and a menu with your respective Frontier and MasterCard details, as well as all the food and drink bundles you can buy on board. Pause the video if you'd like to look that over in detail. And just as the last passengers are boarding, one of the cabin crew made an announcement to the few front row seats asking for a few volunteers to move back for weight and balance issues, leaving me with my own row.
Giving you a quick update, we're waiting on getting some final paperwork. We had a small discrepancy on where everybody was seated, so once we get our final paperwork, which should come in the next few minutes here, we'll be pushing off the gate and on our way to St. Louis. We'll give you an update here in a couple minutes.
And about 21 minutes of waiting passed, and they came on letting us know that dispatch was involved.
165, the flight attendants are counting 159, so obviously we have to reconcile those numbers. We cannot move until someone somewhere makes a decision. We are on the phone right now, and hopefully it won't take too long. Thanks for your patience.
And sure enough, they finished quickly because before I knew it, the pilots got the final paperwork, all the boarding issues were resolved, and we were pushing out for a slightly delayed departure.
Electronic devices, remove the safety information card from the seat back pocket, and direct your attention to the flight attendant.
Thanks, last minute aircraft swap for my free row. We started the taxi out to runway 1 right to make our way out.
Your flight. Also, we'd like to extend a congratulations to Shane and Leslie in seat 9A and B, who have just gotten married, so congratulations to you. Thank you.
It was then time to go wild on Frontier. US, or we have Econ Blue, power set. Airspeed alive. V1, VR, V2. We made our climb out in the Red Rocks, Lake Mead, and the Grand Canyon looks absolutely phenomenal as I even brought my DSLR out to film a few shots. The cabin crew were then taking orders and running the cart for the snack and beverage service. I decided not to have anything and just stuck with my books and my snacks, but if you want to buy something on board, you know where to find it. There isn't any Wi-Fi or form of browser IFE, so I was left with whatever content I was able to download, and the snacks that I didn't buy on board. I took absolute full advantage of having my own row, which is probably unlikely if you end up flying Frontier for yourself, unless you buy 3 seats. But hey, it's a low-budget airline, so if that's the route you want to go, then be my guest. I stretched out and relaxed watching my downloaded YouTube videos. Now, I'm going to go on and rest while you can watch the beautiful Rockies go by as we pass through Denver Center. Alright, the Frontier Airlines Lou. It looked pretty clean. The Spirit one had a bunch of scratch marks like on the toilet and all. They don't have that here. Changing table, sink, soap, trash, towels. Yeah, it looks pretty normal. It's clean. I can dig it. The day went from dusk and then dark. As the views outside went away, I'm going to review this whole flight overall with my channel rating system, the Raleigh rating scale, because my first name is Raleigh. The service on this flight is a 10 out of 10. We had that done aircraft swap, and the crew did a great job at handling the boarding process, and everyone executed their job great to get us out in a reasonable amount of time. They did the snack and beverage service, followed by more precautions, and even did that fun gesture of shouting out that just married couple. The cleanliness gets a 9.5 out of 10. It was very nice and clean, A321 that was very presentable. The scratches on the toilet seat weren't the prettiest, but other than that, the cabin and the bare back of the seats look fine. The Wi-Fi gets a 0 out of 10. There wasn't any network or internet browser, so you're up to whatever you can download beforehand. The food gets an 8 out of 10. I didn't have anything from the Sky Bar, as you refer to it, so I couldn't actually taste it, but there was a decent selection to choose from alcoholic beverages, to snacks, and beverages for the people like me that can't drink legally yet. I brought my own snack and drink on board, so you're going to be paying for something either way, whether you buy on board or not. There are these bundles you can order, and as I look closer that they actually name their combos after some of the animals that they have on their planes, and that gets an extra point in my book. Alright, let's talk about the entertainment. From the airline provides by default, it's a 2 out of 10. You only have looking out the windows if you got a window seat. but the last time I flew Frontier was back when they had the A318 and the A319, and they actually had a backseat IFE with live TV, and they would have it on for free whenever you were under 10,000 feet, but if you were over 10,000 feet, you had to pay. But ever since you got rid of that, it's all up to you to download your own content and enjoy the window views. It seems to be disconnected. The entertainment from my experience with my downloaded YouTube content and the beautiful view to the Grand Canyon to the Rockies gets an easy 10 out of 10. The seat gets a 9 out of 10. It got that job done. The tree table could have been a little bigger. Okay, a lot bigger, but I was able to fit my stuff on it. I did for the cushion to be a little bit hard, but I didn't get to the extent where it bothered me. Yes, it definitely helped that I had the whole lot myself, but as long as I'm well prepared, then I can consolidate to the extent where I can take up one seat opposed to the two. So the overall rally rating for the flight's going to be a 6.4 out of 10. We then made our final approach for runway 11 at the St. Louis Lambert Airport. Frontier is definitely a budget airline. I ended up paying $185 total for the airfare, seat, and carry-on. It is bare bones, and you get nothing if you just book the base price, which is the cheapest. You add on everything from a seat assignment, to a check bag, to a meal bundle, and it all rounds up to the same as a legacy carrier. On top of that, coming prepared to a bare bones airline like this is essential if you want to have a good time. I downloaded content from my iPad to make up for the lack of internet, and even brought my charged up portable charger so my electronics can stay awake. Those aside, I really hope you enjoyed my review on Frontier as much as I did, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next adventure. Bye for now.